So hello my dear friends, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So let's continue our journey and our discussion of money and wealth for all 12 ascendants in Vedic astrology. And this is going to be the last video in which I'm going to be discussing with regards to the Pisces Ascendant or Pisces rising sign. If you don't know what is Pisces Ascendant or the Pisces rising sign, look into your astrological birth chart. If the number 12 is written in this box, this is the first house, then you are the Pisces Ascendant. Okay. In this video, basically, we are going to be covering different topics which are connected with the money and wealth aspect and also the Laxmi giving yogas. It means the wealth giving yogas. Okay. So the very first point that I'm going to be discussing with you is with regards to the money and wealth houses. So we will try to understand what are 11th, 12th and 2nd house in Vedic astrology. Next, we will understand the importance of 5th, 7th and 9th house and how this 5th, 7th and 9th house will help you in the activation of these money and wealth yogas or RajYogas into your chart. Next, we will discuss regarding the Rahu and Ketu axis also and what is the impact of Rahu and Ketu if the Rahu and Ketu are forming some connection or connectivity with the upper houses and how Rahu and Ketu axis is going to be influencing that part. Next, we will discuss the Gati of planets. Now, this is the most interesting topic. Gati simply means the speed of a planet. Okay. So in Vedic astrology, there are certain fast moving planets and there are certain slow moving planets. So how these fast moving planets and the slow moving planets have the capacity to impact your earning, expense, your investment and even the savings part. So we will discuss that part. Next, we are covering the retrograde and even the combust planets. So what if the retrograde and combust planets are present in your astrological chart? So how they are going to be creating impact into the money and wealth analysis. And lastly is the timings part. Okay, because timings is very important. You need to understand if there are certain RajYogas or even money and wealth giving yogas present in your chart. So without actual knowing the timings, it becomes very difficult for you to understand when this yoga is going to be getting fructified. So I'm going to be giving you one key rule up there. In this way, you can also look into your astrological chart and confirm the timing part. Okay. I request every one of you is watching this video is to first of all watch this video till end because one part is connected with the previous aspect. Okay. So please don't skip it. And this is also the video which is just for the learning purpose. So if you are a beginner in the field of Vedic astrology or in the field of a Jyotish, this video is going to be adding a great value into your life. Okay, so let's try to understand first of all the Pisces Ascendant. Okay, now you see I have plotted one astrological chart. This is the natal birth chart, D1 chart I'm talking about. Okay, you see these are the boxes. Basically they are houses. Okay, in Vedic astrology there are total 12 houses. So this box is the representation of a first house. The number which is written up there, this number is the zodiac sign. Okay, so this is first house, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th and 12th. So these are the 12 houses and the number which are written, these are the zodiac signs. Okay, so 12 is the Pisces, it's ruled by Jupiter. So your Lagna lord or the ascendant lord is Jupiter actually. Then this is your second house. Now one number is written up there. So first zodiac, it means the Aries. This is ruled by Mars. Third, fourth. So these are the zodiac signs. Okay. Now the very first thing you need to understand the concept of 11th, 12th and 2nd house. Look here. This is the 11th house where the 10 number is written. It's ruled by Saturn. This is the 12th house. It's again ruled by Saturn but with the sign of Aquarius. And this is the 2nd house. Okay, which is ruled by Mars. Now first of all, let's try to understand what these houses symbolizes in Vedic astrology. Okay, 11th house in Vedic astrology is the house of your incoming gains. Okay, so whatever money that you are going to be receiving or earning on daily basis or even monthly basis, that is seen through 11th house. Like if you are doing some sort of a job, so you are receiving some monthly paycheck, that is seen through 11th house. Or if you are involved in some sort of a business where there are regular or daily transactions, so the daily transactions are also seen through 11th house. Okay, even if you are in the field of share market, stock market, 11th house is going to tell us the incoming gains into your life. Okay, 11th house also represents the earning potential of a native. So whether you have the capacity to earn 100,000, 500,000, 1 million, 10 million, 50 million, or even $1 billion, that is also seen through 11th house. And 11th house also represents your income sources. Like if you want to see whether you have the capacity or capability to have more than one income stream in your life or not, that is determined using 11th house. Even if you want to check what kind of income sources that are going to be present in my life, so this house, 11th house, is going to be telling you everything. This is one of the most important houses when it comes to the money and wealth part. Okay. Next is the 12th house. 12th house is basically the house of your expenditure. So whatever your monthly or your daily expenses, it's seen through your 12th house. And 12th house is also the house of investments. Like if you want to see what kind of investments that are going to be good as per my chart, whether investment in real estate, government bond, maybe stock shares. So what kind of investments that are going to be favorable for you? So 12th house is going to give us the answer. And last is the second house. Now second house is basically the savings account. Saving simply mean where you are saving your money, you are holding your wealth or saving your money. Okay. Now second house is not totally in your control, because second house is also based over the past life karmas of the native, because this house also symbolizes the combined assets of a native, including family. So whether if you want to see whether like I'm coming from some business family, so what are the combined wealth aspect of that particular native? It may be family is involved in the business of petroleum, maybe astrology, some technical businesses. Okay, that is seen through second house. The reason why this is not in your control, because you have no capacity to decide who is going to become my father or who is going to become my mother. It's not in your hand. Okay, it's based over your prarabdha. Prarabdha mean the past life deeds. You are obtaining your parents in this time, even including your siblings also. This concept of astrology is known as the drid karma. Drid mean fixed karma, which no person have the capacity to change. It may be some person is born and brought up into very prosperous kind of a family, whereas other person might be coming from a very lower or very middle class kind of a family. It's seen through this house. Okay, so it's the combined thing. It's not on individual basis, it's the combined whole aspect is seen through second house. Okay, now look here. The very first thing which you need to check here is look where your Saturn and Mars are going in the horoscope. Okay, whenever first of all your 11th house lord planet Saturn is forming any connection with planet Mars anywhere in the chart. For example, suppose your Mars and Saturn are conjunct in this house, or maybe let me take other example. Mars and Saturn are conjunct in that house. Now first of all, the very first RajYoga or the very first Laxmi giving yoga is created by itself these two planets in your chart. So you need to analyze the position of Saturn and Mars, whether they are forming some connection, where they are sitting, whether they are forming some conjunction or respecting one another. You need to check that part, because anytime your incoming gains lord is forming connection with the savings part, this have the capacity to contribute a huge into the money and wealth aspect of that particular native. Similarly, if for example your Mars is going in this house, for example. Now I told you 12th house is the house of your expenditure and investment at the same time. Now you see there is everywhere it's Saturn and Mars, but there is a difference in the zodiac sign and the house placement. Now if the Saturn and Mars is going in the 12th house, this combination, because here the savings and expense are combining together, this combination is not permitting you to save huge amount of money. It's not a savings oriented chart. Even anywhere in the chart, if the Saturn and Mars is posited, it's not considered as a savings chart. Because specifically for you people, Saturn is gaining control over both the houses. So Saturn is not only gaining control over your incoming gains, it's also looking into your house of expense. So both of these houses are ruled by one single planet. And the second part is Mars. Anywhere in the chart, it's not necessary in this house. It may be your Saturn and Mars are posited up there, or it may be Saturn and Mars are conjunct in this house, anywhere. Okay, now what is the difference if the conjunction is forming in this house or in the money and wealth houses or in this house or this house? So there are different levels of Laxmi yogas in Vedic astrology. Okay, the first yoga is considered as excellent yoga. So it means whenever Saturn and Mars are forming connections with the money and wealth houses itself, it's the number first yoga. Secondly, yoga is formed in the quadrant houses. Now what is quadrant house? First, fourth, seventh and 10th. These are the quadrant houses. Next level is to trine houses, 5th and 9th house. And last is the Dushtana houses. It may be 6, 8, 12 or maybe in the 3rd house. So these are the levels. This yoga is more capable, Saturn Mars in the 11th house, than this yoga. Why so? Because I told you house placement is going to matter a lot. So the very first thing which you need to check, the RajYoga is created by Saturn and Mars into your horoscope. Because these two planets are going to be defining the complete money and wealth footprint of your entire life. It's also not necessary whether one planet is getting damaged, debilitated or not. It doesn't matter here. Look here. Now here the Saturn is actually debilitated. Aries is the sign where Saturn is posited in the lowest most position. So it's not an incapable Saturn. It's not like that if the money and wealth houses lords are getting debilitated, so they are incapable to give you wealth. They are not incapable. They might be destroying the other areas of your life, like this conjunction is forming in the 2nd house. This is the house of your family. Mars and Saturn have the capacity to totally destroy. Two malefics in the 2nd are sufficient enough to totally destroy the family aspect of your life. It means you will first of all not be able to stay with your family. Your opinions, they are not going to be matching with them. But here we are not much concerned regarding whether you are having good relations in the family, good marriage life aspect. We are not taking all that aspects into our consideration, because we are judging the chart just based over the money and wealth part. So I told you Saturn and Mars anywhere in the chart have the capability to produce wealth for you natives. Okay. Next, let me come to the 5th, 7th and 9th house. Now look here. This is 5th house, 7th house and 9th house. Now what these houses are going to be doing, they are contributing. Okay, they are the contributing factor in the strengthening of the RajYogas. These three houses, 5th house and 9th house, first of all, they comes under the trine. Okay, so trine houses are very auspicious houses, including 7th house. Now, first of all, these three houses, Moon, Mercury and Mars, they are also helping you in the activation of RajYogas. Now, what is activation of RajYoga? You can check out my video over the how to activate RajYogas in Vedic astrology. You will be able to find more insights up there, but I will give you small overview. RajYoga activation takes place in different methods, 3, 4, 5 different kind of methods. Out of one, which is the house activation, like if the significance of that house is getting activated. For example, 5th house is the house of children. So anytime you are obtaining the children or child is born, its 5th house is getting activated, it means there is some auspicious factor is coming into your life from the money and wealth regard. This is the house of your marriage, married life aspect. Event of marriage also have the trigger certain Rajyogas. 9th house is the house of long distance travel and long distance journey. So that also have the capacity to trigger these Rajyogas. Even second is the maturity age of the planets. Like moon mature at the age of 24, Mercury at the age of 32 and Mars at the age of 28. So these are the triggering points of Raj Yoga or wealth yogas into your life. Now anytime these 3 houses lords forming connection with the upper houses, they are also capable enough to form a very strong yogas into your life. Look here. For example, your Saturn and Moon are conjunct, like it's Saturn, it's 11th house lord. Now it's not necessary in this house, anywhere in the chart. Whenever for Pisces people you are having the conjunction of Moon and Saturn, event of childbirth is going to be blessing you with prosperity. Similarly, if for example you are having Saturn with Mercury, or it may be your Mars with Saturn in this house, or it may be Mars Moon, because 11th house lord is Mars, anywhere in the chart. For example, suppose you are having Mars and Moon conjunction. Now here what is happening? I will take all the examples here. Mars and Moon mean this house lord, savings lord is getting conjunct with the Moon. This is also strengthening. Now it also shows particularly Mars symbolizes land, real estate and property related matters. Anywhere in the chart if the Mars is forming strong connections with the Moon, this have the capability to bring money from the real estate aspect. Investment into land, real estate, property have the capability to bring wealth into your life. Similarly, with Moon and Saturn conjunction in the chart, it's a very strong combination for you to gain money through speculation and speculative gains. This yoga also, Mercury and Saturn, because this is a very scientific conjunction and it's also forming in the very scientific sign. And Mercury, I told you, represents the transactions happening or involved on daily basis, frequent transactions. So this is a fast moving and this is a slow moving. We'll discuss here. So slow moving and fast moving planets are combining together. This have the capacity to bring wealth on much rapid manner into your life. With this conjunction, I will also tell you, Mercury is the 7th house lord. That means the event of marriage also have the capability to trigger certain wealth yogas in your chart. If your Mercury is with Saturn. So this is the activation point. You can also call it as if Mercury mature at the age of 32 and if it is with Saturn, at the age of 32, there are going to be some auspicious things happening into your life. It may be the event of marriage is triggering at the age of 32 and that is bringing prosperity into your life. Similarly with the 9th house, this is the house of your long distance travel and the long distance journey. Now Saturn is also involved with the 12th house and 12th house represents the foreign lands and foreign countries. So Saturn and Mars conjunction particularly in this house or in this house have the capacity to bring money from the foreign country into your life. It shows the native have the capacity to earn money in multiple currencies. So you are earning money in multiple currencies if you are having some sort of engagement or interaction with the foreigners or foreign people, or if you are selling your products and services to the people of foreign land and foreign country. So Saturn and Mars conjunction actually represent that part. Like the foreigners are going to be getting attracted towards you and your work, and that have the capacity to bring money or monetary gains into your life. This is also the house of long distance travel, long distance journey. So it also shows the furthest apart you are going to be moving away from the place of birth, the more this will help you in the attainment of the wealth into your life. And specifically for Pisces, this is the key concept which I'm delivering you here. You must need to move out in order for your this 11th and 12th house to become activated, because it's ruled by one single planet. It's a Saturn. So it's a singular entity. It's not ruled by other planets. If you take the example of some different ascendants, now maybe they are having this house ruled by some different planet, this by some different, and this by some different. So they are having 3 planets forming the wealth yogas. You are having only 2 planets forming the Raj yogas. So this is the speciality of the Pisces ascendant. Next, let me come to the Rahu and Ketu axis. Now, first of all, I will explain you what Rahu and Ketu is going to be doing here. Rahu and Ketu are simply acting as a catalyst. Now, what is catalyst? If you are a chemistry student, catalyst is basically used for speeding up the chemical reactions. Similarly, Rahu and Ketu also have the capacity to speed up the money and wealth process into your life. For example, suppose you are having Saturn with the Rahu conjunction. Now what is happening? Or maybe suppose you are having Mars, Saturn and Rahu conjunction. Now what Rahu is going to be doing here, it's actually going to be acting as an amplification factor. If the person or the native with single planet, double planet, or maybe suppose one person is having Saturn Mars and other is having Saturn Mars and Rahu. Saturn Mars is only going to be suppose having the capacity to bring 1 million. When Rahu is involved, it's going to be creating a blast. So this will raise up to 10 million, 10 times more. It's amplifying the Raj Yoga or the wealth giving yoga. So Rahu and Ketu are the amplification factor which is present in this chart. Similarly with Ketu as well. Although with the Saturn and Rahu, it's in the 4th house, it's again spoiling the relationship aspect with family. It's also going to be very undecisive for you to where to live actually. And this placement also have the capacity to take you into some different foreign land and the foreign country as well. So there are going to be other dilemmas associated with this conjunction of Saturn and Rahu. But if it is posited anywhere in the chart, this is going to be giving you wealth. Even I will take one special case here. Suppose you are having Mars and Ketu. This one. Now it's July month going on 2025 and you will find Mars and Ketu are conjunct in the Gochar transit I'm talking about. Now they both are very fierce planets, extremely fiery energies, Mars and Ketu, very deadly planets. And for Pisces ascendant, I told you Mars is the family lord here. Mars and Ketu anywhere in your chart, first of all represents there are certain strong karmic associations, or there are some akal mrityu, sudden deaths that have happened inside this family or this native. So you are involved karmically in some ancestral curses at the same time with Mars and Ketu. But still this is providing you wealth. Although it's hampering other factors. If it is in the 1st house, it's hampering your own personal, interpersonal life also. Expecting here Rahu is then going to be there, so going to be very challenging from the relationship point of view. But still Mars and Ketu, even with Saturn Ketu, it's not only Saturn Rahu. Suppose Saturn and Ketu is conjunct in this chart, this is also equally capable to provide wealth for you native, because I told you Rahu and Ketu axis are the amplification factor. It's not necessarily only 2 planets, it may be 3 planets. It may be Mars, Moon and Ketu. So this can create immense suffering from your mother. But still this is capable enough to provide wealth for you natives. Okay. So I hope you understand Rahu and Ketu. Next, let me come to the Gati of planets. Now the Gati, the word Gati means speed. Now in Vedic astrology, there are certain slow moving planets and there are certain fast moving planets. Okay. Now look here. Jupiter, Rahu and Ketu axis, and Saturn. These three are slow moving planets and rest all other are fast moving planets. Although there are certain variations in the speed of other planets, but Jupiter will take approximately 1 year to complete one zodiac sign. Rahu and Ketu take approximately 1.5 years, and Saturn will take 2.5 to 3 years. Like it stays in one zodiac sign for these durations actually. So these are the slow moving planets. Other planets like planet Moon, Mercury, Sun, Mars, Venus, they are fast moving planets. They stays in one zodiac sign for, like Moon stays for 2.5 days, other planets from maybe 1 month to 2.5 to 3 month time frame. Okay, depending over retrogression this differs, but they nearly stand about 1, 2 or 3 months max to max. Now look here, these are the slow moving planets. Now first of all, try to observe your ascendant. Your ascendant is ruled by Jupiter. First of all, it's a slow moving planet. Jupiter is a slow moving planet for you people. I will write down here. Even these houses lords are also slow moving. You just need to understand this concept here. I made one live session also in this Gati of the planets. If you want to understand more, go there. But I'm just erasing so that you can understand this concept in the proper manner. Now look here. Starting from 11th, 12th and 2nd, 11th, 12th and 2nd, these are the money and wealth houses. Now for you people, your incoming gains is ruled by Saturn. It's a slow moving. Even your expense is ruled by Saturn. That is again a slow moving planet. It means naturally for Pisces Ascendant, your incoming gains are a bit slow in comparison to some other ascendants. Similarly, your investment or the rate of speed in which your investments are going is also very slow as compared to some other ascendants. Although your saving speed is going to be a bit faster because Mars is a fast moving planet for you people. Now, whenever the slow moving planets and the fast moving planets are forming any sort of connection with one another, this have the capacity to create difference in the results. Like you are having Saturn and Mars. Now there is one slow moving and there is one fast moving planet. So it's not a very slow incoming gain. If the Mars is entering in the conjunction, it shows the person have the capacity or the native have the capacity to make money on the much rapid manner at the same time. Similarly, take any other example, maybe your Saturn with Mercury. It's also increasing the rate in which you are going to be doing investment, and this is also going to be increasing your expense on the much rapid manner. So in this way you can relate with the earning, expense, investment and saving if the slow and fast moving planets are actually getting conjunct. Just keep these three planets into your mind. These are the slow moving. Rest all other planets are fast moving planets. Okay. Next, let me come to the important concept of retrograde planets in Vedic astrology. Now, this is one of the most interesting topics of retrogression. First of all, I will explain you in very simple statement what is a retrograde. Retrograde simply mean you are committing similar kind of a mistakes again and again and again into your life. For example, suppose you commit one financial mistake way back in the year 2015, and after 10 years in the year 2025 you are once again committing the same financial mistake. It means there is going to be some severe impact of retrograde planets into your chart. So the commitment of same mistakes again and again and again and again. This is the first angle in which you can understand. Secondly, retrograde planets are seeking perfection in life. So the person with more retrograde planets, they need to work hard towards achieving perfection. 100% perfection, although it's not possible 100%, but 99.99%. Because with the retrograde planets, there is some loop loop is happening. It's a loop, it's a circle. Suppose you start from point A, you reach to point B, then C, again you need to A. So you are evolving around a circle. Like you are encountering similar kind of a circumstances again and again and again into your life. It may be with regards to relationships, with regards to marriage, with regards to money, with regards to career. You are in a loop. Similar kind of a circumstances again and again. Retrograde planets actually symbolizes some heavy karma is going to be present up there. You can also understand these things are very time consuming then actually. Suppose a person with some normal planet, suppose let me take the example of Jupiter here. Suppose one person is having Jupiter and Saturn conjunction anywhere in the chart, for example. Whereas the second person is having Jupiter retrograde with Saturn, or maybe Saturn retrograde with some other planet. Now what is the difference here? The person with the non-retrograde planet require only 1 year of hard work to achieve something, whereas the person with the retrograde energy require double the effort, double the hard work. It requires 2 years for you to achieve the same thing. And I told you the main reason is it's striving towards perfection. So retrograde energies are taking you towards perfection. This is the best explanation which you will hear. Now the very best way to deal with the retrograde planet is by first of all obtaining knowledge. If you gain knowledge, knowledge will help you. Secondly, if you are having even a very single retrograde, for example, Mercury is retrograde with Saturn, or maybe you are having Saturn with Mars retrograde in the chart. I told you it's a time consuming, it's going to be consuming the time. Here I request you first of all with it's a remedy which I'm giving you. Rather than jumping from new task to new task to new task to new task all the time, you need to sit back, relax, look backward, and first of all concentrate upon doing the previous or the pending activities. As soon as you start the completion of your previous or the pending tasks in your life, retrograde planets no longer going to hold you, then they are going to leave you. It's also like suppose you start one task, suppose you start watching this video and you quit in between, maybe right now you quit. So it's a pending baggage which is adding. You are scrolling the reels continuously. You are not watching all, but maybe you are watching for 2-3 seconds and then scrolling. It's the baggage. And this baggage is becoming very heavy with the retrograde planets. So the very best way is to go one step at a time. Okay. Next, let me come to the Combust planets. Now there are many misconceptions with regards to the Combust planets also. Now the planet is getting combust if it is getting very closer to planet Sun. If you observe planet Sun in the sky, so Sun is a very burning planet, okay? So when any planet came very close to planet Sun, that planet is actually getting combust. This is the simplest, okay? Now, combust planets, first of all, they are not going to be losing their significance when it comes to making money, because combustion of a graha is not going to be destroying the significance of that graha. Graha mean planet. So if for example one person is having Mars combust in the chart, or any other example, like it may be Saturn combust with Rahu, so it means Sun must need to be very nearer. It may be Sun in this house, any planet, okay? So if the planet is getting combust, first of all, it's not losing its significance. You need to be very clear with this point. Combust planets, they don't lose their significance. Their significance or the karak tattva or the mool swabhav, the character or the significance of the planet is not getting destroyed. It's not like that if the Mars is combust, so it's becoming benefic, or it's losing its significance if Mars symbolizes real estate, so Mars is losing, it's not happening. The only difference with the combust and the non-combust planets, in our Vedic tradition specifically, the benefics like Jupiter, Mercury and Venus, when they are combust in the sky, we don't perform any auspicious ceremonies. Auspicious work which are connected with maybe marriage, some other retirement functions, maybe the Mundan Sanskar of the child or any other Sanskaras. So when it's believed actually, when the benefics like Jupiter and Venus, they are combust in the sky, so their positive rays are not falling on this universe. And if the positive rays are not falling on planet Earth, we don't perform any auspicious ceremonies. Even during deciding the Muhurta timings, like best timing for me to get married, if we look, if the Jupiter and Venus is combust in the sky, so we don't give the Muhurta or the timings during that time frame, because positive rays must need to be coming from these planets. In the money and wealth regard, when the planets are actually getting combust, person will not be able to differentiate between making black money and white money. Person don't know what is black and what is white. They don't know the differentiating factor here. For them, money is money. Specifically, if the malefics are combust, if suppose Mars is combust in your chart, person might be using certain unfair means for the obtainment of wealth into their life, but it's not going to be destroying the significance. Okay. Lastly, let me come to the timings part. Now, as I promised you, I'm going to giving you one thumb rule in the timings. You just need to understand one very simple thing here. I know many of you are familiar with Vimshotri Mahadasha. Vimshotri Mahadasha is a planetary time frame. It's a complete set of dasha for 120 years. Okay. So suppose a normal lifespan of a native is from maybe 0 to 80 years of age. So in between that 0 to 80, that person is going to be going through different set of dashas. It may be 20 years of your Venus is coming, 19 years Saturn, maybe 16 years of Jupiter, 18 years of Rahu. So in that way, the person will go through some dasha. Now, in between that main Mahadasha, there are Antardashas, which are known as sub-periods. So the Antardasha planet this is the key planet. First of all, you need to look which Antardasha I'm going through. And the second simple thing is look into the Gochar. Gochar means the transit. Planets are not stationary, they are moving. Even if you're watching this video right now, still the planets are moving. That part is known as transit. Gochar, the exact placements of the planet right now. So you need to combine Antardasha with transit. This is the thumb rule. I will give you example, don't worry. For example, suppose you are going through Mars Antardasha. And in the Gochar, in the transit, suppose Mars is again now have came into the sign of Aries. So whenever in the transit, the planets are coming over the Antardasha lot. First of all, you need to look which Antardasha you are going. That's it. It may be you are running through the Antardasha of Jupiter. So when the Jupiter in the transit is transiting over the natal Jupiter, it may be any other planet. It may be planet Mars, Moon, Mercury also. Suppose you are going through the Antardasha of a Mercury, and in the Gochar, if Mercury as soon as is entering over the same zodiac sign of Virgo over the same degree, this is going to be the triggering point of that yoga into your life. Depending over which house these planets are posited, which zodiac sign, you can easily predict, okay, if it is in the 10th house, some job changes happening, in the 7th house of business or partnership related things, or some maybe partners are going to be leaving me, in the 5th house, so subordinates working with you, below you, might going to leave you, okay, in the 12th house, so this might be traveling, some event of foreign travel, change of place, that is connected with the money and wealth part. So in this way, you need to understand the timings part. So I hope you have gained some deep insights in this video with me. Now, if you want to contribute something towards my work, you can Make sure to first of all subscribe my channel below and hit the like button if you really enjoyed this video. You can also send me super thanks. Okay, any small contribution from your side will also give me a boost to make more such wonderful content over the Vedic astrology. And you can please contact me on my email ID if you require any detailed personalized readings with regards to maybe money and wealth analysis of your chart, maybe marriage consultation, spiritual consultation, business consultation, or maybe full chart. Don't hesitate to get in touch with me. I will try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. And I hope this video have added some value or some knowledge into your life. And thank you so much for this strong engagement over the community section, also in the comment section also. I really value and appreciate every subscriber. Okay, you can also explore my YouTube channel, specifically the Money and Wealth series. If you want to understand more regarding the money and wealth, I will link here, or maybe you can description section, you can check out the money and wealth playlist. It's a complete playlist just dedicated for the money and wealth part. Okay, very soon I'm going to be updating many other videos also, but you can please check out that playlist. You can also share my YouTube channel with your friends, family members who are in love with Vedic astrology. And I hope you have enjoyed this complete series of all 12 ascendants. Okay, this is a time consuming work, but I love Vedic astrology, and I hope this is instilling some knowledge. You can hit the like button also, and make sure to share, subscribe, and I'm going to be meeting you very, very soon in the next video. So till then, please take care of yourself and may God bless you. Hare Krishna.